Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 39 of It's No Secret Podcast Live. We are your hosts, Bianca Rose, Charis, and Teresa. Say hi, ladies.
Hello,
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
estoy bien.
Yeah.
Thank you, Duolingo.
Thank you, Duolingo. Well, welcome to another episode of It's No Secret. We are shouting out all of our people that are watching us live on our Instagram, I almost said FaceTube. Wow.
It's been
We
that kind
really
of
are.
day.
Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, it's been that kind of day. We'll get to that in a second. If you've ever watched our show before, you know that we always start with our highs and lows. So let's go ahead and start with our lows first. Bianca, what's your low for the week?
Bring on the pet. My low is that allergies really kicked my ass this week. I think you can still kind of hear it. I sound like I can probably start charging by the minute this episode.
Oh,
So
hey.
I
Hey.
feel a lot better now, but it definitely got me down for the count the last
Oh,
couple of days.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
That's fine. It could have been worse because I literally got tested for everything else. So I'm glad it is just allergies.
Yeah.
But still no fun.
And apparently you took some amazing medication. So,
Baby, when they say, "Look, I'm going to give you medicine for the cough, for the allergies, for the," I said I didn't even have a cough, but I'm going to shut my mouth. Give that to me. 'Cause I slept so good with that medicine. I said thank you and good night.
I need me some of that just so I can go meet me. Shar, what was your low for the week?
I've been feeling like sick, like on and off, like a stomach something. It's
Oh,
very
not the same.
weird. Um, yeah, it's been a very weird week. Like I feel like I haven't really eaten because every time I eat, then my stomach like literally feels like someone is like twisting and turning on the inside of me.
Has anyone started their period yet?
No, my no, that's not scheduled for like another 2 weeks. So let's not rush her here. But
Oh no. I feel like we were all in sync at some point, and I have
mhm.
like an app that kind of lets me know, like, "Hey, girl, here's why you're feeling this way."
No, it's been very weird. It's like anytime I eat something, and then like my stomach just starts to
Mm.
feel very funky, and then if I
Mhm.
don't, it goes away. So I've been living off of a monster today.
Off a
Suppress the
monster? Oh no.
like suppress the appetite and have some energy. But yeah, that's
You
it.
have Monster, but I have Red Bull. That's my like weekly routine. It's like, oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday 2:30, and I
I
haven't had Red
literally
Bull.
went by her desk at 3 o'clock and I was like, I'm just making sure you had your 2:30 Red Bull today. She had
Yeah, today
already.
I did have it, yeah.
Wednesdays are definitely an energy drink type of day. So I was like, oh well, here we go.
Mhm.
No, that sucks. I hope you
Yeah.
guys both feel better.
I feel
Thanks.
peachy keen now, kind of better in perspective.
Right.
Yeah. T, what was your low for the week?
My low for this week is that I've been feeling like I'm back in fucking school all over again at work because I just recently took some extra classes for a certification that I'm going for. But like, it's like projects and homework and study this. And now you got some exams. And I'm like, "Ugh, I didn't like school when I was in school." And the certification is a good thing, so I'm trying to remain optimistic. But it's not exciting. Like I studied on the weekend when I could have been doing nothing.
Aw,
Yeah,
no
it's
fun.
gross.
But
It's just
dedication, so
Thanks. It's gross still though. But let's kick it up a notch with our highs. So B, what was your high for the week?
I actually went to the winery this weekend with my mama to go celebrate one of our friends' birthday. So always good. We got dressed up, looked cute, and just had a good fun time with everybody.
Aw,
That's
that's
probably
nice.
where the allergies kicked my ass because I was going to the hill country and then came back, and then the weather dropped, and then I cleaned the house. So the cold front came in, and Jesus Christ,
That
I'm
was a lot.
manipulating the weather. My behavior is manipulating the weather. I just know it.
Well, can you keep it this way? Because it's kind of nice being
It's
cooler
been
right
really
now.
nice.
right.
This is the false fall.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of mom, where's she at? Mom, if you're on, I need you to check in. No,
Yeah, check attendance.
we need to do a roll call real quick. Shar, what was your high?
My high for the week, someone's been keeping a smile on my face.
Oh,
So
hello, someone.
Hey.
yeah, they've been balancing out my crazy work moods. So it's been a nice chill week.
That's
Love
nice.
that.
Yeah.
It's
May
always
that
nice.
love find me.
Yeah. May that love find
You
me.
because you've been stressed, girl. So to have someone putting that smile on your face,
Yeah.
thank you, someone.
Hey, someone. How you doing? Good for you, girl.
Look at that smile. Screenshot that shit.
I know, right?
Stupid, shut up.
That's gonna be the next clip right there. Write down this time, Bianca.
What about you, T?
man.
What was your high for the week?
So my high actually happened right before right before I got on the computer for the show. I was struggling sitting on the couch, like, what are my highs? What are my lows this week? And then when my alarm went off, because I have my alarm set for when I start getting ready, and I came back here to prep, and I had a note on my desk from my husband that just said, "We love you, babe. Have a great show tonight." And I was like, oh, it's the little things, guys. It's
May
the
this
little
love find me. Oh my god. You know what? It's cuffing season. It's starting already.
starting to cool
So
down. Yeah. Oh, see, Jada Contessa
Oh.
said it's the butterflies that have your tummy twisted.
No, this shit hurts. That's not butterflies.
Just like, no.
And I
Don't
don't
ruin this for me.
this person does not give me butterflies.
He gives me heartburn. I'm just kidding.
He gives me calmness, not
Aw.
butterflies.
That's better.
Yes,
That's
it is.
Way better.
I
than
take that.
butterflies.
I read somewhere that like butterflies is not a good thing because butterflies kind of imitates like anxiety. Like why are you nervous? That
Mhm.
person should calm you down.
Yep.
So
I listened to a podcast recently that was talking about that. They had like some expert of some sort on there, and they were talking about that like butterflies, everyone confuses them for something good, but really it's your body's like anxiety, like
yeah, like
Yeah.
why are you anxious? Why are you
fear.
nervous? What is
Fear. Yeah. Mhm.
Gonna have to look into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
What are the signs?
A lot of people are gonna have to rewrite their songs. No, just kidding.
Right. History needs to be rewritten at this point.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, for today's show, we're going to do something a little different today. We are going to talk to everybody about sports.
Sports.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, psh.
Ba-da-da-ba-da-da. We
Since
all
we
know
can't
that.
actually play music.
I know.
Acapella, everybody.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, let me find my key. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not here.
Oh man, but yes, we're gonna talk about sports, and it's ironic because me and Bianca talked about this yesterday, and we were like, we probably should have had a guy on here with us, but I thought about it today, and I'm like, no, let's talk about what we want to talk about when it comes to sports and our experiences when it comes to sports, and let's not have a male opinion for once on sports. So we're gonna talk about sports. This is why I'm wearing my jersey today, because I had to represent for my Niners, baby. It's football season.
The 69ers?
Football season. No. Not those. The 49ers. Thank you very much. Yes, first week of football, official football season finally started. So we felt like this was the perfect time to talk about sports, because this is my favorite time of year in the sports world is football season. It used to be basketball season, but now football's kind of taken over again. Like I go through phases. But who are y'all's favorite sports teams? Obviously, one of mine is the San Francisco 49ers. See, I need Unc right now. Where's Unc?
Yeah, y'all and the little 69ers. Go ahead, go y'all.
Where is Unc? Cassandra did say hi to us on Facebook. Hi,
Hey,
Cass.
girl.
But yeah, my favorite football team is the 49ers. My favorite basketball team, believe it or not, is the San Antonio Spurs, even when I lived in California. She can
Hmm,
vouch for me.
Mhm.
And my favorite baseball team is the San Francisco Giants.
nice.
B.
Charis.
Oh, she's like, no,
Oh.
go to Char. Char?
Favorite baseball team is the Giants. Um, favorite basketball team, I'm just gonna go Warriors. It's a toss between Warriors and Lakers. I've always gone back and forth between the two. And my favorite football team is the Raiders.
The Raiders.
And that's changed. Honestly, let me just say this. Everyone knows me to be a Raider fan.
Yes.
I honestly hardcore quit watching football a couple years back just due to all the bullshit going on in football. I was like, yeah, we're going to take a pause. So I haven't quite re-entered that just yet, but just because there's a thing between Raiders and Niners, I'm always going to go against the Niners no matter what.
She's an asshole.
Yeah.
I feel that.
It is what it is at this point. So I really don't have a solid, like, this is my team right now, but it's just definitely not the Niners.
You're welcome.
Fair enough. I can relate to that though.
She can.
I'm not a sports fan. What I do like is talking shit. If someone does ask me what my favorite like football team is, I'm gonna say Packers because my mom's favorite team is the Packers, and that's I got nothing else to go off of other than I know for sure it ain't the Cowboys.
Amen.
That is just
That is
it
something
is
we
what it
can
is.
all agree on.
Basketball, I guess I'll stay local, rep the Spurs, big three, yay. Baseball, I don't know shit about baseball, so I can't even pretend to like a team. But you know what I do know? I don't like teams, but I do hate teams.
Oh,
And
you do.
everything that is New York, fuck them all. Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees,
Fuck
man.
the Yankees.
Real quick, Jada
What?
Katzis said, I'll cheer for the USA in the Olympics, and then whoever has the cutest uniform or players.
Honestly, that's kind of the way to go to keep it fun for us. That's
I'm sorry, Devin. She said, we just hope everyone has fun. And she said, go sports.
you know what? To Shari's point, like I don't have a favorite team. I do know who I don't like, and I'll root against them. I think that's where I find the fun in the sports. I don't care who the team is. If I end up with somebody who has a favorite team, sorry Packers, I might, I might have to switch teams.
Oh,
And
then
I
you're
had this
not a real
conversation.
fan.
I'm not a real
rival
fan. I'm not a fan of
house.
anybody. Those players aren't even fans of themselves.
I would purposely like his opposing team. I would like the team he hates because I'm just that person. I have
You
to
are.
have everybody I have dated has been a Niner fan, and it
Yes, they have.
is the most exciting thing ever because I love to piss them off. It's
She does.
exciting.
It's
the whole thing. Yes.
I feel like I had this conversation with my stepdad where he was like, where I said, I'm like, I don't have a preferable like sports team, but if I have a significant other who has a favorite sports team, support you and their team, babe. I'll go all in. So he's like, you're not even loyal to a team. I said, I'm not as loyal to the team as those players are to their team because they're not ride or die for their own team. If a contract is higher elsewhere, they're gonna go to that higher contract.
Not all
Why do
players
I have
do
to stay
that.
loyal to the teams.
Not all players do that. Just saying.
Bianca, for you to love to talk shit, I'm telling you, get you some excitement in life and like the team he hates the most.
Noted.
Honestly, it is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of fun. In my marriage, though, we don't have opposing teams. He's a Houston Texans fan, but he's also now like a very hardcore 49er fan. So I do appreciate that.
My mom has a house divided flag, so I think house divided teams are also just as fun.
It
You
is.
may
It
have a
can
point
be.
there.
Jada
Yes.
Contessa said, "What if it's the Yankees?"
Fuck the Yankees. I cannot stress that enough. And I gotta say it with the New York accent.
Oh, where's Michelle when we need her? She'd be talking so much shit right now,
It's
even though she
Angel.
don't
I
watch
think it was like
sports.
when I met her husband, and I was telling that story of why I hate the New York teams so much because one of the if you watched the previous episode, a guy that I was talking to was a huge New Yorker sports fan, and he ghosted me, and the only way I can heal myself was to despise everything that he liked because I think like the Yankees were like playing the Dodgers during like the championship, and I was like,
Yes.
I hope they get so close to winning that they lose. And knowing that he gets disappointed heals something inside of me. So I am still and forever will be probably a New York
A
sports team's
Yankee hater?
hater.
New York it's not just
Oh,
Yankees.
No, the New York in general.
I
There's
was telling that
Michelle.
story, but then Michelle, like I was meeting her husband for the first time. I'm talking so much shit about New York sports teams, forgetting that both of them are from New York. And I'm over here, I'm like, fuck the
Hello.
Yankees, fuck the Jets, fuck every like. And he's like, go ahead, dig your grave, dig your grave, go ahead.
Oh, I love it. Look, Michelle, it's like her ears ring or something. She said, "Boo, go Yankees." No, boo Yankees.
No.
No, I grew up so, like, that's the ironic thing. I don't like to watch baseball on TV because it's too slow paced for me, but I love going to live games. Doesn't matter the level of baseball, like, just going to live sporting events to me is man, those are my people, okay? Like, that kind of energy and the competitiveness and sometimes, of course, the shit talking, like, those are my fucking people. So, I grew up going to San Francisco Giants baseball games every weekend as a kid. My grandmother and her sister would take us, all their grandkids, and we would sit in the bleachers, and if you've ever gone to any game, the bleachers is the fun section, okay? 'Cause that's where all the people that can't afford the bougie seats sit at. And so, it was just fun to, like, be in that atmosphere. They pretty much just let us do whatever we want because you could sit wherever you want in the
Yeah.
bleachers, and it was just good. Jada just said, "Let's go flying chanclas." Yes.
We
The
gotta go to
flying
a game, that'd be fun. And
Yeah.
I agree with you, I think live sporting events are way more fun than watching it on TV.
I will
Like
say that's something that I miss about living in the Bay Area is that I had every type of sport available to me on a professional level that I could go watch.
Mm.
Like, I mean, we did fucking work events at the San Jose Sharks training facility. Like, we used to do our what's it called, tailgating for the A's versus Giants game when it was like the Battle of the Bay because our company sponsored it. And so, like, we got to go to a lot of free games all the time because of who we worked for. Even when I moved to Texas, I was still working for that company. So I was at the Spurs games and the suites
Mm.
and, things like that. So it was
I like the
fun.
fundraiser type sports. Here locally, we have like the firefighter versus the police department baseball games, and it's called the Guns and Hoses game. So we have those fundraisers. So
Nice. Devin said the
oh
TV hates to
yeah.
see me coming during baseball season. I'll be the motherfucking MVP, the coach, the ump, the catcher. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, so that's another thing about me is if I'm watching my teams play,
Mm.
I am invested. Like every emotion that you can think of happening during a game is happening to me as I'm watching the game. She has funny ass videos of me like years ago yelling at the TV, "You fucking motherfuckers," and grabbing my beanie and pulling it down on my head because I didn't want to see something. Like, yeah, I get very invested.
People used to think we were really crazy. It's just
Yeah.
like two women watching sports, yelling and screaming at the TV. How a man does. Like, yes, this is real. This shit is real.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
And we like,
totally.
especially with football, like we know the sport. Like we, have grown up with people that have played it, that are around it, that, we have brothers, siblings, like it, we just were around sports all the time. So I
No,
felt
I
like it
feel
was like natural.
I've become that way more with baseball, like just with my son playing, and like now we watch all the games together, and I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, he's like, really? I'm like, this shit is real. Like, it's happening. Sorry, son.
And I
You'll
think
appreciate
like for
it
you to
later.
enjoy it, you have to Teresa's point, understand it so that way you
Mhm.
know what you're yelling at. Like you know what calls to make and what you're complaining about, and your fucking play it happened. I understand like football to some extent. I love talking shit. I just don't understand. I don't know. I never got the opportunity to kind of get invested into it like other people. But Jada Contessa did call me out as a liar because she said I did used to go to the Rampage games, and I completely forgot about that because Rampage is a hockey team that does
Mhm.
not exist here anymore. Um, I was very much into the hockey games there. I
Yeah.
fucking loved going to the hockey games.
Was it the
I
fights?
It was the fights. And I would talk shit to the refs too.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
don't think people
fun.
realize how, like, of a privilege it is to sit so close to the glass. It's like a boy aquarium. I just wanna tap on the glass and,
Boy aquarium. Hello.
"Hello." When you sit next to the timeout box, I gotta make a sign every time I go. I was so into that. I'm like, "You know what? I think that's where I can, like, start doing, like, the dollar beers and hot dogs and stuff." My
Nice.
sisters don't even like going out, and if you had, them choose between going to a Spurs game and a Rampage game, Spurs is a big deal, obviously, here in San Antonio, but they would always choose the hockey game just because they love the violence just as much as I did. It was just a lot more fun, so and less crowded because not a lot of people appreciate hockey, especially down here in the South.
Yeah.
I
I think
think
in general.
once you learn a sport, like and how it operates and what this means and what that means, I think you definitely like find a newfound love for it. Because
Yeah.
like T said, like we grew up around football, but it was still a lot that I didn't understand about football for a very long time. And it was like, okay, what do you mean first down? And how do you get the first down? And like I like for the longest
Yeah.
time I never understood any of that, right? And then like once I got it, I'm like, ah, so the little yellow lines on the TV screen. Got you. Okay. Like we got
Have you
past that line. Like
have you guys seen those clips of the girls at actual games where they're looking at the camera and they're like, "Where's the yellow line?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh,
I
poor
need you to know.
baby."
Oh, poor baby. You've got to know when they say first and whatever, that's how far you got to go. At that point.
Exactly.
But yeah,
So
I think it's definitely just learning the sport that makes you love it more.
yeah, absolutely. Like, once you understand it, it's more
Hmm.
exciting because 'cause you're more invested.
Yeah.
Michelle on our Instagram said, "You can't count on me for football unless it involves me making food." She is fucking hilarious when she's watching football because, like, they'll call a play and she's like, "What the hell is that? Is it this?" And it's something like completely off the wall. Like, it's really funny. But she said, "But baseball, or if the Knicks are playing, I'm locked in." And Jada Contessa said, hashtag a man.
Because I like
We'll
what I
have
like.
holograms soon. Yeah, possibly. Who knows
Yeah.
the way we're going.
Shisui's back in the comments on YouTube, said
Yeah.
Dollar Beer Night at the Rampage game was amazing. I missed that. I'm sad that we don't have the hockey team here anymore because that really was fun.
Yeah.
I was like this close to buying a season pass
Oh,
or
wow.
what are those called?
Yeah,
I feel
season
like that's an
tickets.
amusement thing.
Season
Is it a
tickets.
season pass?
Season
Season
tickets.
ticket holders?
Yeah.
Sports. I don't know.
Sports. Go sports.
Go sports.
Yeah,
But
that
I
was
feel like I
before
didn't have a jersey. That would have
got
been my
into
first one.
Uh,
Yeah, definitely hockey.
I have 4 football jerseys. So I have a Jerry Rice jersey, of course. I have a Ray Lewis jersey from the Ravens. I have a Saints jersey for what the fuck's his name? Oh my god, I used to be so obsessed with him. I can't even remember right now.
Sports.
And then I have my custom Niner jersey with my last name on the back of it. This is my baby now. Because, when you invest in a player and then they leave you, it's heartbreaking.
That's how I feel. Like I have all this Bengal shit, and now I'm like, we're no longer a Bengal. Now we
Okay,
He's
so
a
then let's
Texan
talk
now.
about it.
he's a Texan now. So
Tell him why.
huh?
Tell him why you have all the Bengals gear. Yes, Jada Contessa, wide receiver, Jerry Rice. See, look, you're
Oh,
ESPN now.
look, sports.
Sports. So why did
Oh,
you have all the Bengals gear, Shar?
my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law plays for. Well, he used to play for the Bengals. He's now on the Texans. So
Hmm.
for a good chunk there, we were buying all this gear, but it's cool because I was literally packing stuff up the other day and I'm like, what am I going to do with this freaking jersey? Like, I can't wear it. This is pointless. And then I was like, oh, I'll keep it for my daughter. It has her name on the
It
back.
has
I,
her
you can
last
still wear it
name.
because it's still like family. You can literally say like,
Yeah.
no, that's my family. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan.
But no, I can't. If he's on another team now, I need to now wear this.
You
It's
supported
like,
him through his career.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll save it for my baby girl. She can rep it. And she has custom jerseys with her name on the back.
Exactly. You ain't even got to buy her custom jerseys. She already has them.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And
So-
they
I feel like
didn't even
custom
have to
jerseys
be
is a smart
custom
way to go for
dollar.
that.
Oh, well, they didn't even have to be custom dollar.
Right. That's the good part.
Exactly.
So she'll get a jersey there is passed on.
Nikita asked, were the Texans the Oilers or nah? So technically, no. They were the Houston Oilers, but the Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans. And then there was no team for Houston until they created the Texans. So same city, but the Oilers team actually moved to Tennessee.
Girl, you know your shit.
Football. Not all my shit. Football. I mean,
You know what I'm
also-
more into other than like the sports themselves? The fantasy leagues and the gambling part of it.
do you play fantasy leagues?
I did one
Fantasy?
year because someone said that I talked a lot of shit. I need to put my money where my mouth is.
That's
And
right.
I'm not one to
Back
say no to
down
a
to
bet.
good time. Yeah.
So fantasy football, they are more difficult. And apparently guys do have capabilities to remember certain informations. It's
Oh,
just not like stat related, apparently.
I was gonna say it's just there's so many stats up there from their favorite players that they don't remember anything else.
And it's not yeah, like the thing is like I'll give people props who do like fantasy football leagues because you have to keep in mind not just your favorite team, but the league in general and all the individual players to kind of know your, who your fantasy team is and have backups to them because draft days for fantasy leagues I hear are so fun.
Wait.
I've been a part of one, but
They can
I
be.
think those are more fun than the actual games.
They can be depending on who's hosting and what they do. But
Yeah.
I used to play fantasy football. I played for several years, mainly with family. But that's why I stopped actually playing fantasy football because of what you just said, Bianca. I felt like it was a conflict of interest because I'd be watching my Niners play. And then especially the season that I had Marshawn Lynch on my team and he was playing for the Seahawks and the Seahawks and the Niners, like, no. And so I'd be watching the game and, and Marshawn's from Oakland too. So like I support him anyway. But like he would score and I'd be like, yeah, no, that was against the Niners. Like, so it's like it was just turning into a conflict of interest.
I love the
Yeah.
creativity in the fantasy football league names.
Oh, yes.
So what was your fantasy league name?
So my favorite one that I ever used was Your Mom. And the reason I used that was because every time somebody lost, they'd get a notification that said you lost to your mom. Or like all the notifications just came back really funny for those. So I stuck with Your Mom for like 2 years.
Like that. I did a play on Lana Del Rey. I was the Llama Del Reys. And my little
your mascot.
image on the league was like a little llama with the flower crown. And anytime that I'd win, I would text the group because I was the only girl in the league. So I would just text them. I was like, who's your llama?
That's cute.
Your mom is. No, just kidding.
So I'll get texts
Yeah.
from, some of them saying like, oh, when are the Llama Del Reys coming back?
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say that. Like, I think I've always wanted to start like a girls' fantasy league, but like I don't find fun in that. Like, it's cool, like, and women being competitive is cool, but it is so much more fun when you join a man's league and like you're whooping ass all through the league because it's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm hurt.
Especially
was my
when they underestimate you because
Yeah.
they think you
Yeah,
don't know
like,
shit.
that's kind of how what happened to me, right? Somebody had signed up to play, backed out at the last minute, so they were like, damn, we just need somebody to fill in. So my son's father was like, hey, can you just play, like,
Yeah.
and obviously I'm not dumb, right? I know football, so I was like, he's gonna just try to play me over, like, this is not gonna happen. So I literally went and did all my research. I was on ESPN, like, who are the top draft picks? I'm writing down all the names, I've got all my shit together, and
It
then, like,
becomes serious.
yeah, and so, like, because in my mind, I'm like, no way I'm gonna let all these guys just whoop my ass. It's just not happening, right? Like, he's like, oh, she just gonna play. She just gonna fill in. Like, this is an easy win, right? Every week? Absolutely not. Y'all don't know who y'all dealing with. So, like, the draft is happening, and I'm, like, picking all these players, and he's texting me, like, who the fuck is helping you? And I'm like, nobody. I did my research. Like, I don't need no help from nobody.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Like,
No, just kidding.
it was a whole thing. He was like, ain't no way you picked all these players on your own. I'm like, yeah, I just went down a list. If somebody picked the next person on my list, I crossed them off, went for the next one. Like,
Yeah,
this
honestly.
is how this has happened. I was so serious. And it wasn't a bad season for me. So I actually enjoyed it. I was like,
Nice.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So I did do like another mixed league. I think that's way more fun than playing with all women.
Yeah, I don't do that. But like I said, like I don't pay attention to sports in general. So I knew that I was not gonna win. I knew that I wasn't trying to show off. But
Right.
the whole thing is that I talk shit. So my only goal was to not come in last place. I just need to beat at least one person for me to keep talking shit. Because if I can beat somebody,
Then you got
that's enough
somebody
for
to
me,
talk
babe.
shit to.
Give
Yeah.
me an inch, it'll take a mile. And I ended up beating 2 people. I was like,
Oh, nice.
I'll be back next year, guys.
And then she never came back.
And I never came back. But like, yeah, I mean, you got to do your research. But I think like the best advice that someone told me for fantasy football is to also look at preseason stats. Because I was like looking up like, oh, who's been good the last couple of years, like whatever. They're like, no, preseason is where it's at, and that kind of just sets the tone for everything. So I'm like, okay, so girls, if y'all want to do y'all's fantasy football league based on stats, preseason's the way to go. If you want to do them on looks and how cute they look in their pictures,
That works too.
that's a dangerous game to play, but might be
It
more
works
fun.
too. They can still play. Yeah, preseason stats works, but not for every team. It just depends on like how many starting spots they have open. Because preseason will make more of an impact if like there's people competing for that starting position.
Oh,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
I didn't look that far into that.
Told you, football, baby.
Good
Football,
enough for me to
baby.
come in 8th place, and that's all I need.
Which
You know what's funny that we're talking about this? Because I have that app Time Hop on my phone that shows me memories from each year. And one came up, I think it was yesterday, and it was a picture of me and Shari. I had my Niners beanie on, and I had posted it on Facebook, and the caption said, "Yes, women watch football."
Aw.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Real quick, Shisui said that their screen or their fantasy name was the Cunt Punts.
Love it.
And then another one was Casey Anthony's Daycare.
Again, I just love the creativity in the fantasy league names.
I'm kind of questioning.
Some of them
that
can be
one, though.
so funny.
I'm questioning that one just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little cray for me on that one. Michelle said, not the end user. Oh, because Jada said, oh, I'm learning. I'm going to pass the UPA, end user proficiency assessment. Yeah. Have any of you guys played sports?
When I was young.
What did you play?
I played volleyball, basketball. I did track for a little bit. And I feel like I'm missing one more. I feel like I got like a participation trophy for another sport. I don't know.
How old were you when you played?
I was in middle school. Mostly all of those. So like 12 to 15.
In middle
Yeah,
school,
sounds right.
I was boy crazy. Shari, did you play any sports growing up?
I played basketball in the 1st grade, and I made a shot for the wrong team, and that was the end of it. Yeah, got the ball ran the opposite way, and I was like, yep, that's it for me.
Never again.
Yeah, I always tell my son, like, you definitely did not get your athletic abilities from me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So everything else is there for me, but that definitely did not come from me. No,
And he's very athletic.
very.
That
That
kid can
boy is
play any sport.
a natural at
Yeah.
any sport.
That
So
kid can
yeah,
play
you
any.
definitely didn't get that from me, but that's okay.
Nikita said she did band to meet her requirements.
That's right, girl.
I did band in elementary school, but I played
did-
sports in high school. I played volleyball for 4 years, and then I came back after I graduated high school to coach the volleyball team for another year. And then I used to play basketball in a small little summer league in Mexico
Mhm.
every summer. And then I did 1 season of softball. But I didn't like it because the balls in softball are way too big for my little hands. Yeah. But my little short ass, I had hops,
So,
so
a
don't
a lot of
underestimate me.
it seems like a lot of us played sports in school. Did anyone play, like, community sports or competitive sports outside of school?
Well, the basketball league in Mexico was a little, like, community league.
Ah.
Yeah.
I had a one shot career, and I was
And it was the shot for the other team.
Coach is like, "Time out. Sit her
I was
out."
like, they got the point for it. I was
Oh,
all back.
shit.
So yeah, that was it for me. It was like, this isn't my thing. I'm just gonna sit this one out. I'm cuter from the sideline. Thank you.
Like,
Jada
"I'll
Camp said,
cheer."
"I was at the game."
Yeah, I cheer. I'm a dancer. I'm just gonna stick to where I'm at.
Like that scene in Greece where the principal's like, "If you can't be an athletic supporter."
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Hence the reason I signed my son up for everything.
She's an athletic supporter. Man, I remember it was my last year playing volleyball, and we had the cheerleaders who sucked at our high school, by the way. No offense if any of you guys are watching. But we had the cheerleaders that started coming to the volleyball games trying to cheer for the volleyball team. And it was the most annoying shit ever. Like, I would have to walk over to the sideline where the cheerleaders were and be like, "Can y'all please shut the fuck up? Because we can't hear each other on the court." Like, or cheer while we're talking to the coach, not while we're playing. Like,
Yeah.
but
You know,
yeah.
we're at a volleyball game. Cheering. That said it enough.
Yeah. Like,
It's like going to a golf tournament and
that's what I'm
cheering.
saying. Like, we got to call our shots. Be quiet. Like,
Like, who does that?
yeah. We
I
didn't know
think,
why they were there either.
huh?
They never used to come to our games, so we didn't even know why they were there. Like, they just showed up.
It was someone's idea to be like, we should support everybody, not just the football team.
No, they supported our basketball team at my high school. Our football team sucked.
Same. Our football team, I'm like, that was an embarrassment. Sorry,
Mhm.
Highlands, but y'all were embarrassment.
I'm like, our
It was the
football
basketball team that was always better.
Our basketball team was so good that they didn't want their mascot associated with the same mascot as the high school, so they had their own mascot.
Wow.
Because our mascot for the school was a phoenix, but
Mm.
they were the T Train, and they had literally like a train as their logo, like on their jerseys and everything. So yeah, shout out to them though; they were really good. They made a name for themselves. So I understand why they didn't take on the same mascot.
Right.
But yeah, as far as sports, so Shari mentioned that she has her son in everything under the sun, sports related. What's that like?
Repeat that question again.
Your life being handed to you on a fucking platter, being spanked left and right, like.
I'm asking Shari how big a sports mom is.
Being a sports mom is very rewarding, but it is also very brutal.
Yeah.
Very brutal. And it's funny because so he's played sports since I had him in like a Tiny Tots program when he was like 3 playing soccer, and then we ventured off into flag football since he was 3. Like he literally started like a couple weeks before his 4th birthday. So he's literally played sports since he was 3 years old. So he played flag football. We've done basketball, baseball. Now we're in tackle football. So like it's levels to this shit. I will say that. Because you can do like your little rec center, stuff. Like we've done basketball, pretty much basketball. We've done rec. So we haven't ventured off into like AAUs and things of that nature. But essentially all it is it gets very pricey. And like, we've played like the flag football, which is like, okay, cool. But then you get into tackle football and you're like, oh yeah, that price ticket went up too. Okay, cool. For him to get hurt more, it goes up. That works. And then you get into these things of like travel ball for baseball. And when I say mortgage payments, that's what I mean for that. And that's just to play. That's not equipment. That's not travel, hotels, gas, anything else. Like none of that comes with that price ticket. Yeah. So what I mean by brutal, that's what I mean financially. I work just for him to play sports, essentially, is what I do. And but the reward in it, like I've said it before, like my highs have been a lot of my son and like just watching him do what he loves to do. And like when he was younger, I was always very against him playing sports. I was like, just being a mom and being a mom of a Black son is like, I'm not going to let him get wrapped up in that. That isn't your only way out. Like you're going to do something greater. You're going to be bigger than that. And it's like, now I just sit back and I'm like, well, can't hide the boy's natural damn talent. Like it's God-given talent because his dad plays sports, but he wasn't even that fucking great. Let's just be honest. So, like these are God-given talents. I cannot knock him for that. And it's like, I got to let him live his best life. So here we are in the sports world. But it's very cool, especially because I didn't play sports. So it's like nice to just see that, like, and have
kind of living through him, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Because he's definitely not making shots for the wrong team.
So if you had to give a sports mom advice, a new sports mom advice, or someone who's considering putting their kids into sports, what advice would you give them?
Pray. It's like giving birth to a newborn baby. Like when they tell you like get all the sleep you can get now before it happens. That's huge, but just think of it as an investment. It's like the positive I can give. And if your child doesn't want to play, don't force them to play. Like I see that a lot and I'm like, these parents are just wasting money. Your kid does not want to be here. They're not dedicated. They don't want to, And again, there's levels to it, right? Like if your child really doesn't want to play, but you kind of just want to see, put them in a rec league. Let them do that. Absolutely. But I think it gets to a certain point where you really realize a lot of kids are playing because their parents are forcing them to play. And I think that's just the wrong way to go about it. So like, take into consideration what your child really wants, not what you want. It's not about you, it's about them. And just be prepared to be broke all the time.
I mean, unless you got it like that.
Question.
I mean, unless you got it like that, but if not, you just work in a regular job, I don't care how much money you make, you're going to be broke.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I did have a follow-up question. Do you think there's an age that is too young to play sports? Because to your point that there are some sports that it's not recreational. These are competitive sports. These are sports that you have to pay a fee to go in. It's an investment to get all of these equipments and uniforms and things like that. And there are sports that start, accepting 3 and 4-year-olds. I know there's like a whole Netflix documentary of the Texas football league for the babies and how competitive they are. So do you think that there is a such thing as too young to play?
Yes and no. I think that you have to know your kid, right? Because like I said, my son started playing sports at 3 years old, but I didn't throw and honestly, like tackle football, like you can't even play until you're a certain age, and
Mhm.
hence the reason my son this is his first season playing tackle football is because I was always very against it.
Mm.
For kids just being young, I never wanted him to play tackle football, honestly, but here we are. Because it was kind of like more like I had to let him like live through this and see if it's something he really wants to do going forward.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think you got to know your kid, and I think
Yeah.
that's really what it boils down to, because like there are some like there's like divisions in sports, and so like for I think the youngest for tackle football is like 6U, and so typically those are like 5 and 6 year olds that play,
Mm.
and you have some who God given natural talents, right? Get out there and
Mhm.
ball the hell out and like
Yeah.
are great at what they do. And then you have those that are like timid and running from the tackle. And it's like, probably put that kid out there, because some kids just aren't ready for it. But you have some
Yeah.
kids that are just built for it. So I think it's just really age limit, yes, but I think it's also based on your child.
My
Mm.
s my son, when he was in 5th grade, when we were getting ready for middle school, had mentioned wanting to play football, like tackle football, when he got to middle school, and he loves sports just in general, like, he's a huge sports fan. He was very athletic as a child because he played baseball when we were back in California, but, like, I was like, "All right, well, let's watch this show." It's I think it was called Little Tykes, and it's actually a San Antonio-based show of, small, what they call it, pee-wee football leagues or
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
And, we watched, like, the first season, and he's seeing, like, these small kids, like, when they get concussions on the field and, like, how they just kind of fall out and you're just flopping, like, you're not there for a second. And so he saw that and he was like, no, I don't think I wanna do that, mom." And I was
Mhm.
like,
Mm.
"I'm glad you came to that
I'm glad
decision
you
on your own, because when you play afraid, that's when you make mistakes, especially in football."
Mm.
And a mistake or a flinch in the wrong way or any weird movements to try to like block a hit from happening the right way can cause major damage. And
Mhm.
so, I was grateful that he, saw that and decided not to do it. And then he went into band. So I was like, oh, okay, we're safe again. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about baseballs and football players and things like that.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to be to continue to be a sports mom though, because I'm very passionate about my teams specifically. Jada Contessa does have a question in our IG chat. She said, if they had a scholarship and wanted to quit, would you agree?
That's between, like, athletics and
Yeah.
academics.
Like, well,
Let's
if they had a scholarship for football or baseball and that's how they got into school, but they want to quit the sport. So now you got to pay for college.
I mean, I think it's again about having those conversations, right? I think I honestly don't think you get that far in it, because in order to get scholarships through sports programs alone, you have to be
Good.
like, top tier.
amazing, like
Yeah.
top tier. Because really, what people don't realize is like people are like, oh, so and so got an academic got a scholarship to go to college, but a lot of those scholarships come from academics. It's not just
Mhm.
sports, because a lot of sports programs don't have the money to do that.
Yeah.
So it's normally a combination of both.
Mm.
But I think it's just about having that conversation, because you're not you didn't put in all that work to get to where you are for college to then be like, nah. Most people only do that because they get hurt.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I think it's something, it's a deeper issue if you get to that level and you decide you want to quit. I think it's something else that we need to talk about. Um, it maybe you made the wrong choice, the wrong school choice, and things of that nature. But I would say like let's figure it out and let's move around and do something else. But I would never put sports over academics, if that makes
Yeah.
Yeah.
any sense.
I think too, like, if they had a scholarship for sports and they chose not to want to play that sport, I think as a parent, we should respect that decision because, again, when somebody is not in it, that's when injuries happen. That's when the scary things can tend to happen, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But like I would much rather my child's head be in the game for real than not.
Mhm.
And so the
That's
moment,
normally I think it's something deeper than
yeah.
this. Like that's why I'm like have those conversations because there's something else going on
Mhm.
that's making them pull back. Because again, you don't like I said to get a scholarship for sports, you've got to be the 1%
You gotta be on point. Or
of
you
an.
gotta live in Texas. That they go around like, hotcakes over here. But like, no, it's true though. Like to get yourself noticed, depending on where you live and the level of competition that you've played in. Cause a lot of times, yeah, there's some very lucky, talented kids that get noticed from high school teams, but a lot of other kids are getting noticed because of other leagues they played in or, all that money that parents invested into,
The accumulation
one-on-one
of it, yes.
coaching
One
and
day I'll be rich.
yes, like yeah, like I
One
mentioned,
day it will pay off.
yeah, there's parents out there that, they pay for their kid to have one-on-one time with top coaches in whatever sport they're
Yeah.
playing.
I know a couple people that have done that. And
Yeah.
to me, depending on the kid's age, sometimes that's a little bit extreme, especially if it's like, are you projecting what you wished or are you like genuinely trying to give your kid the best shot? Does your kid even have the best shot realistically? Like, how good are you trying to make them and why?
Yeah.
Because having a one-on-one or having a professional coach on the off season is a little bit much, especially if they're like 6 years old.
Yeah.
It's a little bit extreme for me,
It's
but
it's levels to it because like
Yeah.
even with my son, like we went from flag and it was funny because when flag became a part of the Olympics, I was like, see, you could stick with flag. We don't even have to play tackle because this is what you do it for, right? Is to go to the Olympics, right? Like that's where you want to go. So it was funny, but like we really dive deep into the baseball world and when he kept pushing the issue of like but I still want to play tackle, but I still want to play tackle, and I'm like okay, fine. I'm
He
like,
also grew up
okay,
with an uncle who is an NFL player.
I know.
So like, I don't blame the kid for wanting to follow in his
Oh,
footsteps.
but I just like, I'm like, go ahead, get it out your system, right?
Right.
Because I know my child and there's only so much he's gonna be able to take. And it was like, go ahead and get out your system because I told him like my son just turned 11 and I'm like, going forward, you kind of need to decide, not that you can't do both, but like you've got to decide what you're going to fully be invested in
Mhm.
because you're getting to that age now where you're getting ready to go to middle school. And from middle school, like, what are you doing there? Not saying that he can't play both. And
Right.
I always inspire him, like Deion Sanders has done it, Phil Jackson has done it. Live your life, baby. You want to play football and baseball? By all means, go for it. I'm here for it.
Right.
But I think like you do get to it. There is an age where it's like, okay, but now what are we, truly doing?
Now
And the
you need to pick a
reason,
lane. Yeah.
yeah. And the only reason why I've been so hard on him like about baseball is because as a parent, I see the other end of it, right? He's just like, so he does have an uncle who plays sports and like other family members that we're related to that we haven't met, but he knows we're related. And he's like, but mom, but they all made it, And I'm like, okay. So I had to like break it down for him. I was like, listen, best sports that you can play is either baseball or basketball. And I was like, don't get me wrong. I love football. You know that. I was like, but you can play basketball and baseball overseas or play here in the United States. I said, football, your options are play in the United States and make the money that you want to make or go to Canada and play and they don't make shit. So you got to kind of pick your options, right? So playing baseball, you have a bigger pot where you can feel and you can play in minors and you can do all these other different things and there's still money in it.
Not to mention they make a lot more money in
They
baseball
make
than
a
they do in
lot more
football.
money in baseball, but they
You know,
also play a
you're the
lot
second
more
person to say
games.
that. How much do baseball
Oh,
players make?
Right?
Baseball players are the highest
The
paid
highest paid
sport.
athlete.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't even touch a ball the whole game.
Right. At all. So yeah, it's definitely the highest paid sport and there's more opportunities. I was like, do you know how great you have to be to get into the NFL? Or like like you have to be the talk of the town. Like some kids aren't great, but like, you know, the talk of the town. So it's like I try to give him the bigger picture of it. It's like what
Yeah.
you really fighting for.
Gotta make that
not
informed
just-
decision.
Yeah, you know, and I gave it to him. You do with what you want with that
Mhm.
information, but you know, like just think about that. Like take all that into consideration because you don't want to fight. So you know how many kids bust their asses getting personal trainers and doing all this and working in the off season and still don't make it to the NFL because of how it's just overpopulated. Everybody wants to play football.
Yep.
Mm.
And there's not many leagues that allow you to do that or places that allow you to do that. It's an American sport. So,
Yeah.
you know, like it's one of those things. So, like putting that into perspective for him.
I mean, there's one new league now that has given a lot of players second chances.
Yeah.
Shout out to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who owns the league with his ex-wife.
What league is it?
Well, they used to be the XFL, but they merged with the USFL, or are they now the USFL? I can't remember. But yeah,
Is it like minors?
It's a spring. No, it's professional, but it's a
Oh.
spring league. So it's during when like NFL's not playing.
Yeah.
San Antonio has a team. They're called the Brahmas. Look at her face.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the middle. I get it.
Yeah. Well, San Antonio has a team. Me and Gabe have gone to a few of their games.
Sports.
Again, I
Is
love.
it the missions people? Are those? Is that
No,
the team
Missions
thing?
is baseball, sweetheart.
Oh, I know nothing again.
This is football. Yeah.
The past hour, I thought I learned something. Now I know nothing. I'm back to square one.
I just want to say that we were abandoned for a call.
Yep.
Ugh. We didn't even take priority, ladies.
We
Good to know
didn't.
our place.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
Not at all.
Well, we are at the top of the hour, ladies. See, girls have stuff to talk about for sports.
Sport. We didn't even get into all
We
the
didn't.
butts and
We didn't even get
bodies,
into all the wonderful
gushy
things.
stuff.
I do have to ask you guys a question though before we go. Who's the greatest athlete of all time?
I feel like the
Weird.
easy answer would be Michael Jordan because I don't know anybody else with a
That-
reputation that lasts as long.
That is a great answer. I love MJ, so I'd agree with that.
Is there another answer? What were my choices?
What were my choices?
So ironically, I'm glad you said that, Bianca. I asked ChatGPT this question earlier because I was just curious. I was like, they get their data from the internet. See, like Jada Contessa said MJ. They get their data from the internet. So I'm curious as to what they say. So to make a long answer short, because it was a very long answer, they did mention that like greatest depends on how people define greatest, right? It's the first thing they mentioned. That depends. But they did have a couple names that they chose for different categories. So they have Michael Jordan for baseball because he has 6 NBA
Basketball?
championships. Basketball. 6
Hey.
NBA championships. They called him a cultural icon. He redefined what it meant to be a global athlete. And he did. All of that very true. For boxing, they had Muhammad Ali for obvious reasons. Tennis, they have Serena Williams. 23 Grand Slam single titles, dominance over 2 decades, not 1, but 2. And she has been a big advocate of women's sports and has kind of changed the direction. Like we didn't even get into women's sports. We're gonna have to bring this back. Bo Jackson was considered a multi-sport great because he was elite in both baseball and football.
Jackie Robinson?
They don't have him on this list.
Then I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know
They
nothing.
have
Bonzo.
Michael Phelps for swimming, Tom Brady for football with his 7 Super Bowl wins and longevity, and then Messi for soccer. I'm like, we didn't even talk
Ronaldo?
about this.
Is that Ronaldo, Messi? I don't know their names.
Lionel.
Oh, it's so
Lionel.
we said Cristiano Ronaldo. So I already had the names mixed up.
2 different people.
Yeah,
Never
2
mind.
different people.
I know
sport,
nothing.
Same sport. You're on the right track.
I give up.
But they did give a summary that like if you're talking like social, like cultural impact, that they would say Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali are the top winners. But if you're talking like pure dominance in their specific sport, then they mentioned Phelps and Serena Williams as the top.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it really depends on the sport. You can't overall pick a person.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for talking sports with me, guys.
I tried.
Woo, Tom Brady. I agree. Yeah. Oh, she said Bugs Bunny from Space Jam. Oh, and then she changed it and said Lola Bunny had the moves. All right. Well, if you guys live under rocks and don't know how to find us, let them know how they can find us.
Yeah, don't be a fan of just your sports team. You could be a fan of us. You can like, follow, and subscribe to us on our social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at It's No Secret Podcast, and our TikTok at It's No Secret Podcast Live. And if you can't join us for our live stream every Wednesday, then you can definitely listen to us on our audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yes. Until next time, remember, it's no secret. Go Raiders!
Bye.
Niners, baby. Niners, baby. Go Niners.